Dirty Truth Tellers.
So good evening and welcome. We're Epstein and Hassan, the Dirty Truth Tellers.
Yay!
And we're back tonight, Hassan, for our second Menage et Trois show.
Yes.
For those of you who've been listening or watching, I always say listening, it's actually watching the Dirty Truth Tellers.
Yes.
We decided, first it was just Hassan and I doing our comedy, and then we decided to interview couples, which we were calling Couples to Couple. And then we realized, well, we should also have solos on. So we said, you know what we should call it? Menage et Trois.
Yes.
Because let's face it, in this age, with all these diseases, all this thing going on in the world, this is about as close as we can get to group sex. This is about as
at
close
our age.
and safe on Zoom, you know?
Yes.
So we were thinking, all right, so who is somebody through the years that we would have liked to do a Menage et Trois with? So we sat down, we were discussing it.
And Irene came up.
Yes, Irene popped into our head.
Yes.
She popped into other parts of our bodies as well, but we'll keep it mainly our head.
Yeah.
And so tonight we're very excited to have as our second guest in Epstein and Hassan Go Menage et Trois, the great Deity Delgado.
Hi everybody. Thank you for having me on. Epstein and Hassan.
Welcome.
And it's been a while.
Yes. She's going to do a very long intro of you right now.
Because we investigated.
We've been stalking you.
Stalking your background.
Online, stalking online.
And we've worked with you for many years.
We've worked with you. Her whole history.
So she is the owner and founder of I Delgado Couture. She's the owner and founder of Delgado Skincare. She's a performance artist at the Box in New York City, owner and operator of Delgado Makeup Artists, former burlesque performer at Brass Brown Radical Ass Burlesque, former burlesque performer at Manumission Pink. Manumission Motel Pink Pussy Club. Want to know where that is? She was where we met her at the performer at the Blue Angel Cabaret.
What does it say though?
And it says former burlesque performer stripper at the Blue Angel Cabaret.
Right. Lives
in Brooklyn, New York, and is in a relationship with a phenomenal man, the phenomenal photographer
Adrian Buckmaster.
Yes.
And
she's a designer, a seamstress, a fashion icon.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Now, I picked up on this because when by the way, when you read, Hassan was a teacher for many years, so she had to take attendance. Now, the way she butchers names, just imagine all the.
You are talking.
The way you butcher
one word. Well, I'm trying.
I like when you started with couture. You had to say something sort of French.
But it's. How do you say it?
Couture.
It's
right?
couture.
Couture.
No,
well, you didn't say it correctly.
I don't know how to speak any language.
Couture, like they say en français. Couture.
Very nicely done.
Yes.
Now, what I picked up when you were reading that, though, in all of her other burlesque type things, she said she was a burlesque performer.
Right.
But when she talked about the Blue Angel, she called herself a stripper.
Yes.
So that was what picked up. I picked that up because I believe now, without giving any of our ages away, I guess Irene started stripping when she was 5 because we basically did the Blue Angel with you about 20 years ago, I guess.
Yes.
Right. That's right.
I mean, somewhere around 20 years ago. And I was talking to Hassan about this because that show, we would do 2 shows a night on Friday and 2 shows a night on Saturday. And you were almost at every show. So it felt like, usually when you host like burlesque shows, you see people once in a while, but you don't really see them that much. That show was like the group of us who were in it. We were like, that was our job in a way. Like we were always.
It was like every week.
Every week.
Yes.
Every week, 4 shows a week. And you were,
And we were usually either
no,
next,
we were hosting her show.
but when we started out, we were like next to the last.
But that was when we were in the show.
Up. And then we hosted it.
I don't think Irene was in the. I don't remember you from the House of Candles. I remember.
No, I was in Ibiza at that time.
What was that?
I was in Ibiza.
Okay. We were we knew you at the Jean Frankel when we moved to North Soho. Whatever.
Yeah, I had just come back when I started working at Jean Frankel. I had just come back from Ibiza in Spain, and that was a lovely journey.
Sure.
That's where I was working at the Pink Pussy Motel.
Mm-hmm. You seem to have pussy. Pussy is in the title of a number of your things. You know, I've noticed that. I've noticed that, like, it's the.
You know, people have asked me what was like us as a couple working in an environment with burlesque dancers and strippers. And the thing is, when Steve and I ran our show, he would be downstairs with the dancers. I'd be upstairs handling the technical, because that's what I liked doing. And I said to him, look, the thing I never got was from these women, any kind of disrespect. I mean, we were all in there for our hustle.
That's right.
That's my feeling.
That's
we were all in there for our fucking hustle. And it's hard work.
It was all about.
It's hard work. That's what people don't get.
Right.
It's unbelievably hard.
See, I was downstairs because that was where the weed was. If the weed had been outside, I was outside.
That's right. And you know it.
So I was just drawn to the weed.
Yeah.
And that was a great group of people, though. Of all
I miss it. I miss it.
Oh, you have no idea. There's been no show like those shows since.
Oh, honey.
Years ago,
and people try to duplicate it.
You can't.
It's not gonna happen. It was an era. It was long. It's long gone.
Right. It is long gone. It is definitely long gone. And a couple of years ago, when we were still doing our live show before COVID hit, one night Uta showed up at our live show. And she was actually invited us to come perform in Puerto Rico, where she currently lives. And then the whole COVID thing happened, and kind of
because we were gonna go. We were gonna go.
Are you?
Oh my God.
Are you Puerto Rican by heritage?
Yes, I am.
100%.
150%.
Well, let me go on record as saying that I've always said.
Go on record, sweetheart.
I'm on record.
Yes.
The Puerto Ricans were the original New York Hispanics. Don't give me any Dominican shit or any of the El Salvador. The Puerto Ricans were here first. They were here first.
What is your feeling about burlesque, where it was, where it is now, and where do you think it can go?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Well, let me start with how it was. How burlesque was, it wasn't even burlesque. It was cabaret. You know, there were maybe one or two burlesque shows, and then our show at the Blue Angel.
Right.
Then, you know, things when Blue Angel closed, which was 1996, in June of 1996. By the way, that indie party was epic. It was awesome. But when that finished, when that ended, I hopped on a plane and I went to Ibiza.
Wow.
And I did my performance art there. And I belonged to a troupe called the Manumission, just Manumission. Manumission is, in Latin, is freedom from slavery.
I love that. I love that.
And so I went to Ibiza with a friend. And I did performance art there. It was the most amazing, eye-opening experience I've ever had in my life. I would never trade it for the world. We did we did sexy shows,
Mhm.
kind of like what we did at the Angel. And well, we created a spectacle there because there was really nobody like us on the island.
Wow.
So we kind of created sexy time there on stage in the middle of an Olympic pool, Olympic-sized pool in this club. This club holds 10,000 people, first of all.
Oh my God.
And by August, it's full capacity, 10,000 people. And we created shows every week, different themes. Wow. From June, from the second week of June to the last week of September. We did it every Monday night. And it was a full 24 hours, actually. We started at 4:30 in the afternoon. We would go to the beach with a huge pole with a flag on top of it that had an M with a circle. And people would run. They would flock to us because, first of all, we had food. We had food. People, like, honestly, they would run to us because we had maybe about a troop of 12 people, and each of us had full bags of food. So we would go to the end of the beach. We would go to a beach, march onto the beach. People were waiting for us, and they were also waiting for free tickets to get into the club. So we'd stay there. We'd stay there until about 7, 8 o'clock. Then we would go back home, get ready so we can hit the piers. We would get into our costumes for that week. We would go down to the piers and we would run with this flag, and we would hit every single bar. And we would give them tickets so they could buy tickets for other people can buy from them from that that bar. And we would hit every bar. We were so drunk. By the time we would get to the end of our, whatever we needed to do,
Mm-hmm.
we would hop on a bus and we would go to the club. And by the time we hit that club, it was about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And by the time these people see this flag, right? People lose their shit. They lost their minds. They're like, oh my God, Manumission. And this is like, by August, like I said, it's like 10,000 people. When they see this flag, the room changes. The music changes. Everything is like a pulse. Everything is pulsating. And they're watching us go through all of the club. It would take us about half an hour to go through march through the whole club. Then we would get ready for our shows. And our shows were full nude. We would take off our costume and then we would do something, crazy. The first one was Elvis in Las Vegas. So we dressed up like showgirls. Boots, stop it, my cat. She tried to play with me. Anyway,
You can bring your cat on. We don't care.
Come here, boo boo. And she'll come around. So we did our sexy shows, and then after that, we would take off our costume. Anyway, we put on our new clothes, our new costume, and then we would party until the club closed. Club closed at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Then we would get on a bus again to go to the other club that we had to work at. And that was called Carry On at Space. And we would bring like a whole troop of people. Like it was insane the amount of people that would go in there. It would start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then it would end at 7 to 7.
Oh my God. Do you think that's happening now
No.
in clubs? I mean, before COVID, that people are still doing that? Or
Before COVID?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I don't know, because I don't even go out anymore. So I'm just like.
Well, you were there like, that's over 20 years ago, right? You were in Ibiza 20 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's totally different now.
well, my main, I mean, I know that it was like a party, like it's supposed to be like where all the, you know, craziest parties, the hippest things. I mean, I remember from the song from the Swedish House Mafia and whatever his name was, Ibiza. And I was like, whoa, you know, because I can imagine that, you know, because I used to think the Blue Angel shows were long, and that was not compared to that. That was like you were doing
honey, it was a full 24 hours.
You're like a fireman in a way. You moved in for a couple of days, you stayed in the firehouse, you did your thing, and
they carry that big ass hose when it's time.
I'm sure you got a lot of hoses. Very excited at those shows.
Oh,
Well, you said something that what's the difference for you was Cabaret, and there's something about what I remember in Uda's show. Excuse me, was the.
Speaking of, honey, I need to do that too.
The entertainment.
And the funny thing is, none of us are doing blow, as far as I know. Now it's either blow or you're worried you got COVID. You know, if you blow,
Oh, please. No, it's just like, it's sad we couldn't, even removing COVID, people just couldn't handle that now. And that's really sad. That's really sad.
Very sad.
I mean,
it's very sad.
Uta had a great concept because she had like, there was a traditional burlesque because Bonnie Dunn would usually open her show. And Bonnie Dunn was very traditional. You know, it's very sad that Bonnie, it's hard for me to even believe that Bonnie is.
Oh God, I know.
Because she was such a, you know, it's funny, these words are kind of not really, but she had class, like a classy burlesque. She did all the old New Orleans style with the fan and all that stuff.
And she sang the jazz standards.
And then Sue Doe would close it.
You know, but there would be.
Honey. I wonder what happened to her.
I don't know.
She's probably a nun or a school teacher.
But that's what I loved about the show, was that it was all of that, plus
the insanity.
But Irene was always like, to me, she was always like fun. She was like the fun.
You were lighter.
You're the crazy kind of fun, you know, come out there, do your thing, you know.
Like you weren't cutting yourself. No.
I don't remember her doing.
Your father touched under your arm.
I didn't have that problem.
No. And I mean, look, if that's what you're working.
That's what you want to do, you go for it.
Want to do.
Yes.
Yes.
So Uta's still, you know, she
misses it, she loved it, and she realized that the times had changed.
Yeah, things had definitely changed. And you know, now the way the world lurks now, like we lost contact with you, although we've seen you a couple of times through the years. I kind of really picked up because we were friends on Facebook. Yeah. And I remember you had some kind of health issue at one point.
Oh yeah, I got stricken with this rare autoimmune disorder called Guillain-Barre Syndrome. And what it does is it attacks, you know, your body attacks itself. Its nervous system. It attacked my peripheral nervous system, which is your arms, hands, legs, feet, and lower back. It felt like fire was coursing through my body. You could not touch it.
How long did you suffer with that?
Oh, I still kind of have it. I mean, it goes away gradually.
Mhm.
The nerve issues are not so bad now. Like it's only my feet now. Like I get cramping and what do you call it? And calf cramps. So it's hard for me to go to sleep. So I have to take edibles for me to go to sleep.
Right.
But other than that, I'm okay.
Mhm.
Well,
You know?
the thing, Delgado,
Yes.
Deity, I'm going to say, and I think Steve will say this, that opened our hearts to you even more was that phenomenal man that you have in your life. The love that he showed you when you
Oh my God.
this.
No, that's what we were talking about.
One day we broke out crying
No,
on
we
Facebook.
were talking when we knew we were going to have you on the show today. We were talking
Yes.
about how, I mean, I don't think I've ever met Adrian.
I
might
have not.
I don't
Oh
think
no, you haven't.
No.
So,
But you know,
I met him
I think
online.
it's time. I think it's
I
time.
also met him online by how he was with you, and it was so powerful to me.
Yes.
Because I felt his love for you. I felt
my
like
God.
kind of really interesting.
That had to help your healing.
And I was really happy
Oh,
for
honey,
you.
it did.
I was
It
happy
did.
for
It
you
did.
because I don't remember you like I mean in the Blue Angel days, I don't remember if you had a boyfriend, a girlfriend. I don't remember. But I said I don't remember there being a strong love interest. And then
Like
this
him.
guy,
Not really.
he was
No.
so dedicated and so devoted.
I mean,
was
your breath was important to him.
I was really, we were blown away, you know. And then when I started seeing his artwork, his photography,
yeah.
he's an amazing photographer, but that's a whole other thing.
He's a painter too. He's
That was what I
painting
was thinking, because you use your hands and stuff to do your work. So what?
Oh, that was hard. That was so hard.
Because I remember you always being very much about doing makeup and doing stuff with your hands. So if you can't use your hands, that had to be devastating for you.
Oh, I made myself use my hands.
Right.
Wow.
I made myself.
Yeah.
It was so painful. That it felt like it was numb for 1 second, fire for another second, cramping another, you know, it was just so insane. Pins and needles, intense pins and needles. I'd say maybe by the 4th or 5th month that I was out of the hospital, I got a commission to make a coat. So I was like, I'm taking it because it's a friend and, you know, she really needs a coat. So, you know what? Let me see if I can do this. Oof, child. Holding pins in my hands felt like razor blades. Like just picking it up, it felt like I had a razor blade put through my finger, like my index finger. I don't know how I did it, but I did it.
Let me ask you a question, because I wonder about this when people, because you had chronic pain. It's not and
still do.
And so chronic pain is, I know how I feel when I have pain, and it's just like I can't really imagine that it doesn't stop. Like, you know, I know eventually, I'm gonna. And so how do you deal with that psychologically? I mean,
oh, it's very hard. It was so difficult. For me, it was like, because it was in the forefront.
Right.
The pain was in the forefront. That's all I thought about.
Right.
You know, because it was so painful. Now I can manage it. I'm fine. You know, except for at night before I go to bed, my feet start cramping up, and you know, stillness is not a good thing for me. But
it's important that you stay warm, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Well, you know, in Chinese medicine, they always say that for women, it's important that we stay warm. It's really important. Yes.
Yeah, we both practice Qi Kong, and we do the Chinese medicine.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So we're you know, I'm a person who both of us, the whole corporate Western medicine, drug pushing, you know, like we always wonder on TV, they'll say like, tell your doctor to give you this drug. When we were growing up, I didn't tell my doctor. My doctor told me, you know, and I'm not like, you know, and this whole thing with medicine being all about business and money. I mean, you were in the hospital for a long time, you know, you must have had some kind of, you know, health coverage, or else how did you?
I did. I think you, New York City, New York State for, you know, low income insurance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It covered me.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
really covered me.
That's
And the people that took care of me really took care of me. The only people that I really did not like were some of the doctors, because, you know, they had this mightier than thou type of attitude. The nurses were great. Everyone, the dietitian, the social worker, everybody, even some of the doctors, like the female doctors that I had, they were awesome. They were amazing. But there were some male doctors.
When Naima's mother was very ill, she was in a rehab center. She had a stroke, and she was in there for a number of months. So I would go to visit her all the time, and Naima knows that what happened was I started noticing that, you know, her mother was an old Black woman. Surprisingly, she had a Black mother, an old Black mother, and the nurses, the attendants, I started noticing. At first, I thought I was maybe hallucinating this. They were a little bit nicer to the Black patients than they were to the white patients, because they're usually women from the islands, you know, that work in the nursing homes.
Yeah.
So I started thinking to myself, you know, one day I'm going to be really old, and I'm going to be in a nursing home, and let's say Hassan died before me. So they're not going to know that I was married to a Black woman. They're just going to think I'm some regular white guy and treat me like shit, because they're not going to know, especially I'm a white guy with blue. I'm like the enemy. I'm like, you know, I'm the white man. I'm the white man that stole all their resources, that you know, that raped their ancestors. I am the white. I'm that white guy. So you know what I did? I tattooed on my ass, married to a Black woman, please white. That was as much as I could do, so that I'll be, when I'm old and she's not going to be there with me.
But you know, Irene, all the medicine that they gave you, all the whatever, your will to live, holding those pins in your hand. I mean, my eyes are welling up just holding those pins in your hands, and with pain, sitting in that room, making a decision to just, I'm going to hold it for what felt like maybe 2 minutes, I'm sure was like an hour of just
an eternity. It felt like I was like,
but you know, sometimes we don't know until we have something what our inner strength is.
She has a lot of inner strength. She always did, though. She's tough. Like I always thought of you like that's the Puerto Rican part of her. Like you know, she's tough. She's a grind.
Well, you didn't, you know, we don't know until those moments come, you know, your will to live.
That's why I worry, because I am so weak. If you're not there to support me, I am doomed.
You don't know that.
I am doomed.
You don't know that.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
You know, if I get the slightest headache, I'm like, oh, brain cancer. I'm dead. I'm a dead man.
Yeah. But that's what guys do.
Yeah.
We're very weak. No, we're definitely we're such the weaker sex. It's not even close.
When you met Adrian, did you know this was the one for me?
Yes.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Is that because you knew he would take some killer photos of you? It's like that's the best thing.
No, it wasn't that.
This is a bloody fool.
Adrian, come.
What?
There he is. There he is. Yeah.
This is my man. This is my baby.
I don't know you, but
Respectful lady, right?
you are a great man.
Yes, you are.
We met you.
I am.
You're kind. You're a very kind, very sensitive person, and an unbelievable photographer. But let's leave that aside for a second.
Thank you.
Like we really, when we found out on Facebook, of course, that she was ill, we saw you, and I was like,
and your love
what
for
a
her.
what a loving person. Like
Yeah.
I really was hoping that I had that in me, that if Hassan needed me, that I used you as like a kind of role model, as someone who was so concerned and so caring. And I felt great because I knew Irene, and I wanted Irene to
Yeah.
have a guy like
We
you.
were so happy
I was like,
that
wow, Irene
had
like
you.
she got this great guy that's
Yes.
really sees her greatness.
Yes.
And you know,
Oh,
so
you should have seen me in the hospital. Get out of bed! What are you doing? Get out of bed! What are you doing? You're fucking around. Stop it! Get going!
Good.
You're shirking. You're
Good.
shirking.
But that's what she needed. That's what she needed. That's
so,
what
you
she
know,
needed.
it's
She needed to be able to let go and let someone support her, take care of her. A lot of times when
You
you're a
don't try
very
supporting
strong woman,
Irene. No.
you're
You
very-
can't support Irene. It's like trying to feed a tiger
yeah, yeah.
with your hand. With your
Yeah.
hand. It's like trying to give a tiger treats.
But the tiger
They
still
want
needs
it.
to
They
eat.
want it, but you lose your hand every time.
Yeah, yeah.
well, you know, sometimes if you stick your hand into the tiger or lion's cage, you know, I'm always kind of rooting for
Yeah.
the tiger or the lion to rip
Yeah,
your
yeah,
hand
you
off.
should-
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
know,
go
right?
Yeah,
jump,
no,
you know.
you don't put your hand in the fucking cage.
Yeah, don't do that, you know, that's
you
like-
put the shit outside the cage.
Put it outside.
Well, listen, nothing I did was out of the ordinary. It's only what ordinary people do every day. They care for someone. You know, we think it's unusual. It's not. It really
It's not
is.
that
And I'm
it's
sure-
unusual. It's that if people don't have that, and it's precious.
You know, when somebody gets,
People don't have it.
You
That's
had a
why we're
special-
suffering in the world.
but you had a special. We've
I disagree. I think the majority of people do have it. I think the suffering in the world is caused by a very small group of people who are unbelievably greedy.
that's
yes,
true.
Because the
that is
reality is,
true.
That is
yeah,
true.
I think the reality is what I see here is we care. I mean, I
Yes.
can't see anybody, there's nobody in my circle of friends who would not care and do the same that I did. And I think it's absolutely normal. Look what's happening in the Bronx. Have you seen the fire in the Bronx?
Oh,
man.
please. I
And
was
everybody's coming out, you know, and the guy took his neighbor's daughter down out through the smoke, you know, and then you see people on the subway who are trapped on the tracks. People jump in and get them out. You know, people are pretty good.
I agree with you that most people are basically good. I think
Yeah.
what's happened to us is that we've been beaten down by these greedy. It's not even when people say the 1%, it's the 1% of the 1%. 1% is, you know, the people making a few million a year, they're not really the problem. The problem are the very
No, it's the top. It's the top. It's the very top. It's the very top.
they're
And everything is,
greedy.
yeah, and the problem is, I think it's those who are apathetic, who don't get out and get involved and get their fingers
Yes.
dirty. That's
Yes.
1/3 of the population who don't even know what the fuck is going on
no,
and don't
no
even
clue.
care.
They
No
don't
clue.
know and they
They
don't
all
care.
want to be. They all want to be in the top 1%. Listen, I got to get back. I'm in the middle of painting something. So
Well, it was
Okay.
great.
sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
intrude.
no.
No, it's great to
no.
meet you finally.
No.
Likewise.
You're
You're our hero of
you're
ours.
very
I'm so happy she has such good friends. I always love this. Like,
she's a
I love
lovable.
all her friends.
I love.
I love all her
She's a
friends.
lovable person.
Yes.
She's a lovable person. Well, go back to work. Go back to work. Well, that was great. That was great. So
love
a
it.
little couple in there too. That was very cool. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But you know, we really, you know, not everybody. I've known people who have left their partner, married because they got cancer. So
Oh yeah, because they can't handle it.
can't handle it.
Yes.
So, I mean, I agree that most people, I am a person who thinks most people are good. Like, why does the world survive? We were talking about this. The world survives because there is some positive energy in the world.
Oh yeah,
I think
absolutely.
music
Oh,
is
it heals.
major reasons.
Yeah, because that was one of the questions I wanted to know. When you are working, do you work with music or without music?
With music.
With music.
If there's no music, I am doing something really, really hard
Mhm.
and I have to focus. But other than that, I need music. I need music. I need a podcast. I need something to
Stimulate.
yes.
Yes.
Did you go to school in New York to learn these kind
Are
of
you
things?
self-trained?
I went to FIT
Okay, so you did
and
go.
then I left because life, irresponsibilities. But the rest, my mom actually taught me everything that I know.
So did you have a Singer sewing machine?
I have a Singer, I have a Juki, I have a Neki, I have an old Singer. Hold on 1 second. Because once I get off this chair. Oh, where are they? I'm going to. How do you change it?
God, look at all of those books.
Oh,
That's
here it is.
phenomenal.
Here.
Wow, there it is.
Yes. Yeah.
White. This is an old brother. This is my old Singer sewing machine. And I have this one. This is my brother serger machine. This is my Juki.
Do you have a staff or you use all this yourself?
I use it all myself.
Oh my God, you are so creative. I absolutely love your home.
Thank you.
I love your home. When I was in high school, I found a old Vogue book of clothes, and a friend of mine was a designer, and I gave it to him and look at, and I never got it back from him. But I mean, I was so pissed because it was the style of, you remember the show Lucille Ball, the kind of clothes she used to wear?
Yeah, the 1950s.
Yes. It was those kind of clothes that were made totally
with the
different.
little bolero jackets and the fit and flare dresses.
Yes.
What do you think? Let me ask you this. What do you think of this, how the emergence of the giant ass on women as being sexy? Do you think it's sexy, or what is your view? Like this giant kind of ass thing.
She got it.
No, I want to say giant ass a few times. This giant ass, giant
ass.
Well, particularly in our culture, it's prominent.
Yeah, it's normal. It's normal.
Yes.
It's normal in our cultures.
Right.
Yes.
But black and Latin men have made the big ass very, very
oh God, yes.
very happening.
I never had one in my life. Never fucking had it. I have an onion ass, okay? Never had it.
Oh man,
I'm less black because of that. Fuck it.
How about all the women who are going down to DR and having concrete put in their ass to make their ass like a concrete ass?
Yes.
Like to me, that's taking.
I mean, that's taking it a little too far.
Yeah.
Like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
What is up with that?
I don't think it's, I don't think she's sexy at all.
I don't get it.
I'm not into that.
I don't get it.
Like,
I think it's so dangerous.
It is. I know a couple of people that have gotten butt implants that have exploded.
They go to the doctor and ask for Kim Kardashian. They ask.
Yeah.
Dangerous to your health to put concrete in your ass.
Yeah.
No, I'm not into that Brazilian butt lift.
So let me ask you a couple of other questions. Then you can go to your questions because she has a bunch.
Yeah.
So Madonna recently in her 60s got naked, and 50 Cent criticized her, and she's too old to get naked. And basically what she said is she doesn't care what unenlightened people feel about her. So Madonna is she's always challenged everything, whether it was patriarchy, homophobia, and now she's challenging the fact, because we're older and we're not going to stop fucking, and we still want to have sex.
Yes.
Old people deserve to come.
Yes.
Old people can be sexy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the
I
other
agree.
option is you're dead. You're going to get old. Like
Why
all these
would
young
you stop
people.
living because you're aging? Why does
I
one?
don't understand it
So
either.
Madonna is pushing the envelope. And a few weeks ago in Florida, there's this heavy metal singer who peed on a guy on stage. Did you see that?
Oh, I know her.
You know her, but she apologized. She
You should
apologized.
never apologize if you do that.
No.
She
Well,
apologized.
here's what I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
she
this
came-
is
the
what
next
I
day
think
she came
happened.
out and said that
I think she really wanted to be successful. I think she has been really, and she got a taste. So her name was getting out there. The band was getting out there. And so she said, I'm going to do something outrageous, right? So she did something outrageous. But see, this is not 1970. This is not 1980. Social media is on your ass like that. And she got a lot of backlash. And if your career is sponsor driven, you got to know that they're going to be putting checks on you. And what happened is she got scared. And, you know, you got to make a decision. You can't be a radical and fucking apologize.
See,
No, I'm shocked that she apologized.
because we remember back in the House of Candles, Sue Doe used to piss into, I believe it was Sue Doe, into spaghetti. She would
And
pee.
throw
Oh
it.
yeah.
And one night,
and then she would throw it at the,
throw it at the audience.
Yeah.
And so that was a long time ago. And I'm like, this woman, you know, the woman that did it recently in Florida, she
Sophia.
got so much attention, which is what she
It
wanted.
scared her. I think it scared her.
That
the negative
Then she
attention.
said, I'm sorry, you don't apologize. First of all, the guy loved it. I mean, he was.
He was all about it.
Nowadays, you can't, as years ago, like what do you call it? Like Led Zeppelin, they used to do that with groupies, pee on girls. You can't pee on a woman now. That would be totally not acceptable. But if you pee on a guy, it's kind of like, first of all, the guy's probably hard as a rock. And it was like, what is, you know, don't apologize.
But I think the
Madonna never apologizes.
She really didn't realize this whole social media, these police, it freaked her out. People were contacting her family, and you know, it really freaked her out because she'd never been at that level.
Irene's going to talk to her. Irene's going to straighten her out.
But you know, my thing is that if I ever met, it's like, sweetheart, you don't fucking apologize.
That's right. That's right.
Apologize. And it's scary. You know, they're telling her most likely,
it is scary.
You're going to lose your gigs. You're going to lose your sponsorship.
You know, the thing is, like, I would try to do that myself, but at my age,
please,
for me to take
the concert would be over.
It's like there's a drip, and there's a 10-minute wait, then there's another drip, a big drip. The show would be on. You know, people.
Could you imagine dealing with someone 30 years old, 20 and 30 years old? Just what you would have to teach them.
Oh,
just the amount of work. There's no fucking way I could deal with that right now.
Well, you don't have to worry about it because I'm closer to 70 than I am to 30. So I mean,
that's just
that's pretty depressing. So we don't have a lot of time left.
Unless I was really teaching them something that and they're eager to learn, then I would do it. But other than that, no.
I have a feeling if you were teaching them certain things, they would be very eager.
A 90-year-old
they would be eager beavers. Beavers.
Not paying attention to shit you said, but they'd be eager.
They'd be eager.
Yes.
All right, so now she has some lightning round questions for you. So do the lightning round.
Okay, whose fashion do you prefer, Diana Ross or Cher?
Damn it!
I knew I'd get you.
Diana Ross.
Okay. Flip-flops or Crocs, which do you hate?
Flip-flops.
Yeah, I don't, they don't work for me. I just can't.
None of them across the board don't work.
No, I'd rather be barefoot. No. Okay. Do you shop in thrift stores?
Yes.
Beautiful. Have you ever heard of material for the arts?
Yes.
Are
I want to give to them.
Okay, not only do you want to give to them, you should want to go there. It would be your Tiffany's.
Okay.
Irene, it is your house. They have so much shit in there, but I mean, I can't even tell you, like everything you can imagine for a creative person like you, it is in there.
All right. I'm going to check it out.
I have 2 questions for you. I got a question. Couple questions. You have to choose one of these men. Of course, Adrian, you know, he's not in the picture at this moment. It's just
Okay.
you have a chance to, you have to have sex with either Herman Munster or Gomez Adams.
Gomez all the way.
But Herman was like 6'8".
Yeah, but you got to look at that.
You're sticking with Gomez.
I don't care. I love Gomez. He can have
he had style. He had class. Yeah, he had class. Yeah. He could just talk shit.
I like
to
a
me.
woman that's
As
not
long
as
as-
That's a good thing. That's a good
As
thing.
long as he's good at eating pussy, I don't care.
Thank you. My God, finally somebody that fucking understands. Okay, that's why you don't have a big ass like those women. You don't think like that.
No, I
Okay.
don't think like that.
Do you know the African American woman who designed Jackie Kennedy's dress? Did you know that an African American woman did?
Yes. And Adrian bought her an illustrated book about her. I forgot her name.
Wow.
Yeah, I know the whole story.
I know the story.
Oh,
I
you
don't know her name. No.
Not her name.
No, but
I know.
I remember when Kennedy, she got married, that shit was never put out. It was
No,
never
of course
stated.
not, because
It
it's made by a
never
black woman.
said. And when I
mean,
saw her work,
Halston got all the kudos.
yeah, when I
He
saw her work,
created her hat.
yeah, I saw her work and I was like, oh my God, this woman never got credit. Never.
No, she never got credit.
No.
She never got credit. And she got beaten down so many times. Not beaten like
Yeah, emotionally.
Financially, she got beaten down. Emotionally, she got beaten down.
Do you have your own label?
Yes. It's called I Delgado Couture.
Couture, that's the couture thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Beautiful. What
Last
have you and Adrian ever combined or worked together?
He takes
Yes.
a photo all the time.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where
I have created a costume for photo.
oh, that's awesome. That's
His
awesome.
work is off the
Yes,
charts.
yes.
I mean, it's like
Oh God, I know.
he's like got a special kind of talent. It's really
He sees people, their vulnerability and their power.
yeah. Well,
Yes.
you feel it in
Yes,
his work. It's
yes.
really special.
Yeah.
You know, I love photography. I mean, I love photography of all different types. Like that's my thing. If I go to,
You should get his book.
Is it on Amazon?
Called Yes, it is. It's called An Embarrassment of Riches.
Now, this is the final thing.
Yes.
As we started out, we said this is the only way to have group sex in the new millennium
Yes.
is through Zoom, in your mind through Zoom. So what we're going to do is we don't have sex tonight because it's Wednesday and we need to,
Okay.
at our age, like we have to clean out our system, not eat for like 3 days before
Absolutely,
sex because
yes.
you don't want to fart and stuff like that. Or, you don't do By our age, you gotta have a lot of concerns,
Yeah.
Not worse than fart, you might even take a shit in the bed. And unless somebody's really
Oh,
not
no flatulation during the clit
No.
licking.
No. Lot of imagination.
A lot of imagination. So,
Yes.
so we're gonna have you in our next time we have sex, we'll have Irene in our heads.
And I'm gonna let you dress him however you want to dress
Anything
him.
you want, you can
Anything.
sew
Okay.
whatever, you can reintroduce her. You can be back at the Blue Angel.
Yeah, and I'll bring you guys on.
You'll bring us on.
Yes.
All right. So that's what we're asking, and
Yes.
you can think about us too.
Yes.
And when you're having sex, and
Yes.
the only thing I've been asking, if you can, because you have a good imagination, just imagine me with muscles. I know this is a big
God.
stretch, but like, you know, like a six, like a,
She's not gonna do cocaine just to see you with a fucking muscle, okay?
oh, please.
No.
She can imagine her with a foot.
Yeah.
She cured my foot fetish.
Yeah,
Her
I got a left foot that looks like it was in slavery with Harriet
Her foot
Tubman.
has been pounded into
it's
a strange looking foot.
You got a foot fetish. Look at my left foot,
You're
baby.
gonna kill it.
I'll break that shit.
So, so I hope you had a good time. The great.
Oh, I had a blast. Thank you so much.
So much fun.
You are really an inspiration to us as an artist.
And we love you. You know, we
And,
love you. We love your energy. Always have, always will. And so
I
thank you.
see you at some point also working with people who are artists and might have had health situations, and you offer them potential.
Inspiring. It's very
You're
inspiring. That you did what you
do.
did, and you keep doing it. That's what's
And even without a health issue, we need inspiring.
very inspiring. So
We
thank
all
you.
do.
Thank you very much. And I still do remember you from like 20 years ago naked. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
I do
yes.
have that.
Yay!
You had
Yeah.
we described you as you had a great body. Yes, yes.
I think you look pretty much the
Perky
same.
titties,
Yeah, very,
perky
very
titties,
perky.
yeah, yeah.
And
My titties haven't been perky since I was 10. No.
so thank you so much. And we're Epstein and Hassan, the dirty truth tellers.
We
Thank
love
you
you.
very much.
Thank
Take
you.
it easy.
Mwah.
Bye.
Thank
Give
you.
him a kiss
Bye.
for us. Give him a hug.
I will. I will.
Bye bye. I love her.